What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Apartment 1602. Grab a spot on the couch, come chill with me. I appreciate you guys for popping by. I'm about to start real soon, about to get into whatever it is I'm about to get into, whatever the day brings, whatever the moment brings. But if you're feeling clicky, go ahead and click that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and don't forget to leave a comment and tell me that you love me. I miss my daddy. Somebody tell me that they love me. I miss my daddy. All right? Yes. All right. Yeah, guys, what's good, man? What's good? Let me take a deep breath. I made my coffee. I've been going to the dollar store and buying coffee. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I don't even drink coffee for taste. I don't drink it because the caffeine does anything. At least I don't think it does anything. It really is more of a comfort thing for me. I'll be honest with you guys. It's like a good hug in the morning. You don't even need nobody. If you have a coffee, that's your hug. That's my hug for the morning, you know? And I don't put nothing in it. No sugar, no cream, no this, no that. I like it black. You understand? That's how big men drink their coffee. Black. Yeah, but I've been going to the dollar store and buying this coffee. And in all fairness, it is a cute little bottle it comes in, you know? A nice cute little glass bottle. Instant coffee. So sometimes when I'm outside, I'm out and about and I see it, I just grab it, I can slip it in my back pocket and bring it home, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have to overthink it. And on top of that, the other day I went to the store. I went to the Caribbean grocery store and I wanted to try some Jamaican coffee, but bro, it was over $10. Nah. But I'm still gonna try it, but it's just that it's not in the budget right now. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm gonna try that Jamaican coffee. I had to go to the grocery store and buy some stuff to, you know, make some food, obviously. Duh. But yeah, I got my beverage of choice for the morning. What are you guys drinking this morning? A coffee, double, a iced cappuccino. What do you call it? Iced cappuccino? Ice cap? I never bought one of those, not yet. Maybe you guys are having a Red Bull. I know some of you guys wake up, run straight to the fridge in the gas station, pop it open, and then pull out one of those energy drinks. Then let the door go and it goes boom, boom, and you walk up and you just you guys are one of those? I've been drinking those lately too. That I have to stop doing though. That's too easy to just put down. It's too easy to just put down. But anyways, guys, welcome. Thank you guys for showing up, for being here with me this morning. I woke up and I was just saying to myself, you know, I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for the fact that I've been able to stay conscious and stay aware of what's going on inside of me and not letting certain situations, you know, take over, overwhelm me or push me to act out in certain ways and stuff like that. You know, situations that would have been an excuse or a reason for me to act out in the past. It's not the same thing anymore. And unfortunately, you know, I had to go through a lot of loss, you know, losing things that matter to me, losing opportunities and all that stuff to learn. You know, sometimes they say people who don't listen must feel. I don't know if it was about listening, but I definitely wasn't paying attention. I wasn't aware, I wasn't conscious, I wasn't in the moment. and because of that, there was losses taken. So I'm aware that I have changed in that way. I don't think I did it though. I think something's working with me, something positive. I think it's God. I know it's God, and He's allowed me to stay conscious and stay aware in the moment, and things ain't riling me up like they used to. So, I'm grateful for that. I was talking to this guy. It's crazy because I was talking to this guy, this older gentleman, and I was talking to him, and when I was done saying what I had to say, he said, yo, you're way too hard on yourself, man. That's what he said to me. He said, you're way too hard on yourself. He says your self-talk is doing more harm than good. He says you gotta be more patient with yourself. You have to be maybe I'm paraphrasing here, but he said basically saying be kinder to yourself, or just consider how you're talking to yourself. And I always kind of knew that, but I always figured it's okay. I'm just being truthful with myself. But how you talking to yourself, it will bleed into your relationships. It will bleed into the outside world, how you communicate with others as well. And you're gonna make up excuses about, like you're just being honest or this or that. And maybe you are. Maybe it is just honesty that's coming through as well. And sometimes that is needed. But, before you start talking to others, I'm not telling you guys what to do, but just consider, because I began considering it that way, and I realized a change in me. Before you start talking with others, consider how you talk with yourself. And see how that works. Just a suggestion. Before you start dealing with your children, your husband, your wife, your co-workers, the bus driver, the riders on the bus, for the drivers out there. If you have a job like you, a police officer, a fireman, an ambulance, a paramedic, if you the patient, if you the criminal or the alleged criminal, if it's your house that's burning down, no matter what side you're on, pay attention to how you're talking with yourself first before you start talking with others. Doesn't matter what the situation is, I guarantee it'll smooth out some of the edges. Some of the edges will dull immediately, without question. It's outstanding work when you're able to recognize it. It's outstanding work. Yeah, guys, I woke up thinking about that today because, life gets in the way and so on and so forth, and there's a lot to there's a lot that can happen. There's a lot that can happen. And I don't think that we can control much. I'll be honest with you guys. I think people often think that they can't control. That's why people are always trying to plan and stuff like that. And then when the plans don't go according to plan, people are you're stressed out. You're stressed out. Then you're sad. And you're disappointed. Then you start thinking about how that girl left you and she broke your heart. Or how your mom never gave you no attention. Or how your boss doesn't see your hard work. Then you start missing your daddy. Somebody tell me that they love me. I miss my daddy. Then now you're in this thought process, this cycle of thoughts. and they start running and running and they're running and they're taking you with them, and you're like, you want to stop, but they're moving too quick, and if you jump off the train, you might bust your head. Now you're outside walking around with a band-aid on your forehead, bro. Don't let no thoughts run and take you with them. Just watch them. They'll slow down, they'll get tired eventually. Just kick back, relax, man. I don't even know where they come from. I promise you, it's like Wi-Fi. They just pop into your head. Because you ever realize you had a thought and you're like, yo. Like, I talk to parents a lot, you know. I talk to all kinds of people a lot. And they say things sometimes and you're like, damn. Like, because they get frustrated, man. And then the thought comes into their head and they say it out loud, I'm going to strangle this kid. You're like, oh, Lee. But they don't really want to strangle the kid, man. It's just an intrusive thought, riling them up. And if you ask them, yo, why'd you say that? I don't know, man. I'm just a little frustrated. The thought came to my head. I don't mean that, yo. They're not really lying. They're telling the truth. Don't let these thoughts take you for a joyride, bro. I learned that the hard way. Don't watch yourself react to what's happening outside of you and make that an excuse to act out. It's already hard as it is. Just dealing with yourself. I get it. It's been hard for me to deal with me at times. Because I didn't know who I was. And I thought I knew. And when you think you know and you don't know, that's a whole other issue. That's a problem on its own. You think you know and you don't know. When you think you know, you don't know. Believe me when I tell you. In any case, let me pull it back. What are you guys saying, man? What is everybody saying out there? There's a lot of stuff going on around the world. I saw some crazy stuff online. I've been talking to people. They've been, I remember growing up, everything was word of mouth. By the time you found something out, it's already been a day or two. Or you had to turn on the news, and now it's like, it's constant. I ain't even mad at it, but I'm addicted to I'm addicted to watching these videos online. Nothing crazy, just anything, any of these sites, these apps, where you're watching videos and they're just popping up, people making content, It's hard not to fall into that. I'm telling you, I'm not on all of them. You know what I mean? I'm not on all of them. The YouTube is it stimulates enough for me, to be honest with you guys. But I really like this stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was watching some videos the other day and I got on my feed, something popped up. It was there's a 9-year-old kid in college. I said, what? He's 9 years old and already in college? You know how long it took me to get to college? It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. And then right under that, you're gonna see, yo, they found a new monster at the bottom of the ocean. I don't know why these people are going to the ocean. I don't have no desire to see anything at the bottom of any kind of body of water. I don't even like swimming to the bottom of a pool. Nah. Your ears start popping. By the time you get to the bottom, you realize that there's no air down there and it's running out. You need to make it back to the top. Why do I want to put myself through all of that? I'm good. If I was meant to be Michael Phelps, I would have been Michael Phelps. I'm not that guy. The only butterfly I like to see is in a basement party with a gal, with a pretty girl. That's the only butterfly stroke I want to see. Yeah, no, but that kind of stuff freaks me out, man. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest with you guys. Like if I just think about, they're always talking about Navy SEAL training and stuff. They just drop them out of helicopters or planes, and they gotta fall into like big bodies of water. I'm like, why? If you're already in the plane and there's an enemy in the ocean, yo, just drop the bomb. You don't have to drop nobody into the water. Just drop the bomb, dog. No, don't drop the bomb. Don't drop the bomb. That's the last thing we need. That's the last thing we need. All right. But yeah, guys, what's good, man? This is my third stream? Yeah, it's my third stream. I decided, I like waking up in the morning and doing this in the morning. Hang out with you guys in the morning and yeah, roll with you guys to work or to school, or you're dropping the kids off at daycare, whatever the case is, you just, why not? I woke up, I felt like, I've been playing a lot of Street Fighter 6 lately, so I've been practicing in the lab. I've been labbing a lot, practicing combos, practicing different situations. I'm not that good at the game at all, I'll be real with you, but I'm getting better at it. And to be honest with you, it's something that something to work at, something to practice and get better at. And I'm seeing a lot of improvement, and it's not like I'm waking up and I'm trying to go play sports like I used to when I was younger. So this is it's nice. It's a nice little brain exercise, work on my hand-eye coordination, stuff like that. What I do have to do though is get back into the gym. I kind of fell off of that for sure. I spoke about that the other day. So I definitely have to get back on top of that. And I've been thinking, without question, I'm going to start on Monday for sure. This Monday coming next week. But I'm just going to keep it simple, keep it basic. I'm going to go back to my roots with it. Yeah, I think that's important for me. I've been consistently taking my supplements, but I'm also too I really want to focus on my diet. I really have to focus on my diet. I've been noticing certain things just don't settle well with me. Like, I've been trying to kind of not eat too much meat, trying to mix it up a bit. I thought maybe just cut out all the meat together, but I'll be honest with you guys, like, I don't know, like, other things just seem to not sit well in the gut. So, and the meat really doesn't affect me as much. It's kind of it's a much smoother ride. Let me put it to you that way. So I don't know. I'm gonna see. This week coming, I'm gonna start from scratch again. I'm gonna go back to my roots when it comes to the actual working out. I'm just gonna be focused on a lot of body work exercises, my pull-ups, my push-ups. I'm gonna start walking and then eventually start, jogging on the treadmill. and yeah, go from there. You know, when it comes to the supplements, again, I did speak about this, but I'm just kind of, like I said, you know, I'm the type of person, I like to talk through things. You know, that's how things start to make sense in my mind anyway, and I figure things out. You know, so I think I'm just gonna use what I have now, try to, you know, and then either just I'm focused more on getting it from food, but if I don't have to take the supplements, but there are things that I am gonna continue to take, like creatine and vitamins and stuff like that, your B6s, your vitamin C's, B12, D3, K2, magnesium, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna continue taking that for the time being because, you know, those are the basics. Those are the mandatory things that we need to be taking. The other supplements to me are icing on the cake. You know what I mean? Your pre-workouts and your protein and stuff like that. The protein and all that stuff I can definitely get from my food. The creatine and everything else, I want to make sure that I'm just filling in any gaps and covering my bases with that. So for the time being, I'm going to continue taking that stuff and stuff for inflammation and go from there. But I definitely got to get back into the gym. I got to get back into a steady workout routine. You know, I caught a little momentum with apartment 1602 with this channel so far. I'm on a roll. I've been recording, I've been doing that, and I'm going to continue to do it, and I'm going to set a steady schedule with the channel. I'm focused on, you know, trying to do at least 2 days a week, but if it doesn't work out that way, it doesn't. But I don't want to be too inconsistent, you know, but that's what I can see right now, but we'll wait and see. But that's what I'm hoping to do, you know, by God's grace. You know, if God says so, it must be so. Can't be any other way. Can't be any other way. Yeah, man, I've been playing that Street Fighter right now. I've been playing I've been playing a few different characters, to be honest with you. I've been playing Ryu. I played Bison. And Bison, do you not see the difference in our power? You know, right now I'm playing Marissa. I like Marissa. Yeah, I've been playing her and I like her a lot, so. And I'm just getting a feel for the characters because, you know, I said, you know, again, there's a lot that goes into these games and I'm realizing it. And when I was growing up playing all of these games, it was like, I realized I was just a button masher like crazy. Like I'm just slapping the controller. I don't know how the controllers lived on after a session. You know, they really made things to last back in the day. I don't think these controllers today can handle the kind of button masher we used to put these controllers to back in the day. Shout outs to Nintendo. I don't remember ever breaking an NES controller. Not one time. I don't remember breaking a SNES controller. Not one time, bro. You know, but as soon as you got into the N64s and the PlayStations and stuff like that, the joysticks would break, some knob pop off, something going wrong, you know. When they started adding analog sticks and something like that, it's like everything else, all the quality of everything else just went down the drain, big dog. Crazy. I seen mans walk all over. I seen a man put, you just put the controller down on the floor, the Nintendo, the NES, and just step on it. It was shaped like a brick and it acted like a brick. It lived a lifestyle like a brick. You had to drop it from the top of a building to break that. Yeah, but I was just a button masher, bro. I was just a button masher, but now I'm realizing, bro, it's a kind of skill to be able to put together combinations and combos in this game and stuff like that. I'm like, damn. And now that I'm understanding it with Street Fighter, I'm seeing it in all the other fighting games, and I'm like, wow. And then you understand games like Tekken, how it's slightly different, and then you have, what is it, Grand Blue? Then you have games like Guilty Gear. I ain't play all of those, but I watch them now. Like I've been watching a lot of tournaments and stuff like that, and it is very, very fun. It's very fun to watch. You know, it's real fun to watch. Let me do this here real quick. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that later. But yeah, guys. So I've been working with Marissa, just trying to figure that out. She's sick with it. I'm not gonna lie. I like her a lot. Or I use fire too, but that's Ryu. You know what I mean? Let me know if you guys played any of these games. If you still play, or if you grew up playing, or if you're new to it, or whatever the case is. I'm telling you guys, check it out online. They got tournaments online for games like Street Fighter, Dragon Ball Z, fighting games. Just like how they have them for other games. They actually have a whole community of fighting game players. It's called the FGC. It's great. I think it's lovely. I think it's amazing. I think it's really, really cool. And you never know. You know what I mean? I've been playing this game. If I get good in any capacity, maybe I'll join the tournament and try it out. Allegedly it's supposed to be a young man's game, but I gotta try. You gotta try. I want to try. I want to see. They say it's a young man's game, but we out here. We doing our thing. I'm not old like that yet. And nothing beats a failure but a try. Nothing beats a failure but a try. It'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. They play for big money too, but I don't think I'd be playing for money per se. But just for the joy of competition, for the fun of competition, because I don't play sports anymore like I used to. I don't compete in anything like I used to. And one thing about competition is that if you're used to being a part of some form of competition at all, you do miss it from time to time, because it's a challenge for you. It depends on how you look at it. It's like if you're taking it, it just depends on how you take it. If you're taking it serious in the sense of you want to be the greatest and you want to make money from it and you want to be remembered as the greatest of all time, you want to be the GOAT, rah rah rah. That's a different mindset, than just challenging yourself, win, lose or draw, watching yourself grow and stuff like that. And this is an opportunity, I think, where I can, grow at something else. I'm starting this stream. I can grow at that. When I'm not streaming or while I'm streaming, I can also practice a little Street Fighter. You know what I mean? Practice and grow. What's the word? Grow simultaneously at a few different things without really thinking about it. Just doing what I enjoy doing. No plans, no stress. No overthinking it. Just going with it. I feel like every time I feel like planning things stresses me out sometimes. Man, don't get me wrong. I know things have to, you gotta, like I brought up firemen the other day. They don't just run into a burning building, right? You gotta think things through sometimes. Don't get me wrong. But that's practical stuff. You know what I mean? That's practical stuff, But like, when it comes to people trying to plan out their dreams and stuff like that, or people, like me wanted to, for example, play this game or start this stream or whatever the case is. It may work out, it may not work out. That's either way, it's okay. Life goes on and you continue from wherever you at. But yeah, don't let plans. I guess what I've been working on not letting plans stress me out. You know, not letting moments in time that don't exist linger in my head and stress me out, overthinking the future that isn't here, doesn't exist. You know, thinking about the past, letting it go, it doesn't exist. It's gone. I'm just here right now with you guys. Yeah. I'm playing my, yeah, man. Yeah, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Let me check something real quick here. Usually when I go to the gym, I do, well, at one point when I first started, you know, I was, you know, a few years ago when I first started, I was in fantastic shape. Not in the shape I'm in right now at all. Right now it's pretty bad, but I'm doing better. I'm improving. I'm doing better. Had to work on cutting out a lot of habits, but I'm doing a lot better. But what I would do was basically I would warm up, do some form of cardio. I would always do it first because I believed in exhausting the body and then doing, you know, doing strength training after that. I believe, you know what I mean? Yeah, exhausting the body first and then doing your strength training. And I started off doing just body weight, pull-ups and push-ups. And at one point, and I would do a lot of jogging. I would do a lot of jogging too. And at one point I was doing an hour of cardio, running, whether it was running or on a bike. And then I would go and I would do 3 to 4 sets of pull-ups, anywhere between 15 to 20 in a set. And then I would do push-ups, and I would always do, but I would do the push-ups. Well, no, when I started off the push-ups, I would do like 4 sets of 25. 4 sets of 25. Man, I would have, and then, you know, and then I started like that, and then I would do variations of push-ups. And then when I started lifting weights, I would superset. So the push-ups became a part of, you know, if I was doing a incline bench press, I would superset with push-ups. Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah. So yeah, so pre-exhaust the body with some cardio. Superset the workout, push-ups with bench press, and then pull-ups. And then I would also do deadlifts. I love doing deadlifts. I would do squats, but you know what happened? After doing all that cardio, you know what I mean? Like, I would still do the squats, but that was just more so just to make sure that I was hitting legs in some form of way. You know what I mean? But it was, yeah, so it just became more sort of muscular endurance as opposed to anything else. But yeah. So I gotta get back to something, right? Yeah, I gotta get back to something. Yeah, for sure. Next week, without question. Without question. Hey, do you guys eat breakfast in the morning? You know what? Like, for a while I wouldn't eat breakfast. I wouldn't eat any breakfast at all. But recently, and just over the years, I guess I realized that, like, if I'm hungry, I'll eat. If I'm not, I won't. When I wake up, if I'm hungry, I'll just eat. And if I'm not hungry, I just won't. I don't overthink it no more. Because it's like, it becomes some kind of like, I don't know. You know, it's easy to obsess over things, man. And if things don't go the way you expected it to go, it becomes a whole thing. It becomes a whole thing, and it's like, yeah, you gotta avoid that happening. Gotta avoid that happening. Definitely. So I just eat when I'm hungry. If I'm not hungry, I don't eat. Like right now, I'm pretty hungry. So I think I got some stuff in the fridge there, some food that I made the other day. And I don't really have like a specific breakfast food. But what I would say is like, if you can wake up, like if I can wake up and I have something like a fruit or something like lemon juice, what I would do is throw a little bit of lemon juice in a cup, a little bit of water, and some cayenne pepper, a pinch of cayenne pepper, and I'll put that down before I eat anything heavy. Just, it opens up the stomach. You feel, if I like it, makes me feel good. Makes me feel a little better in the morning. Or I'll have some tea, or I'll have my coffee. But the coffee is just for comfort. It's not really for any kind of specific health benefits, not for me. But like tea or my lemon ginger cayenne shot in the morning, I'll do that. And that's for digestion. That's for waking up the system and stuff like that. Those I would say I would use that as a health benefit in the morning. Get the body nice and warm, get the system going, right? Yeah. And if there's any supplements that I want to take, like, in the morning, I'll do that. I try to take certain supplements on an empty stomach. Some of them, I believe they work a lot better on an empty stomach. And then there's some of them are supposed to be taken on an empty stomach. I will say this though, when I was doing my cardio in the morning for years and years, it had to be 4 or 5 years straight, if not more. I always did my cardio in the morning, first thing, empty stomach, fasted cardio. And I would take whatever, if I was taking supplements, it would be supplements to help with that energy in the morning. And I never ate. It was always on an empty stomach. So now that I'm not doing that anymore, I know, and what will happen is that I wouldn't be hungry at all. And I think it was because my body just adapted to that lifestyle, that way of living. So when I stopped doing that, it's like fluctuates. The hunger, it switches from day to day. I could be hungry in the morning or not hungry in the morning. There's no consistency. So I think too, doing that stuff consistently in the morning does help regulate, hunger. And I think personally that it really does help regulate hunger and overeating and stuff like that. Because even after my exercise, my workout in the morning, I'm not hungry again for another 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not hungry. I don't need to eat. Like I would get back, I would finish, come home, shower, do whatever I gotta do. And then, by the time I'm done that, 45 minutes pass, an hour pass, and now I'm starting to feel hungry. And I would eat, right? And I would eat. And what I used to like to eat after a workout is banana. I used to like bananas. I used to like eating a banana after a workout for sure. Grapefruit. I used to love eating grapefruit. And I also liked eating, I would make my own trail mixes, So like I would go to the bulk store. There was a bulk store near the gym, in the same area as the gym that I worked at one point. And because I used to work at a gym at one point. So I would, in between, I would wake up. So I would wake up early in the morning. I would go to work real early. Like let's say I started my shift at 7 o'clock. I would wake up at 5, wake up early, try to get to the gym for like, at the latest, 6 o'clock. At the latest, I would try to get there at 6 o'clock. And at least work out for an hour before work, at least. And then I would finish up, go into the bathroom. I would, freshen up, wash my face, wipe under my arms and stuff like that. Clean up, you know what I'm saying? change my clothes and all that stuff, bring an extra change of clothes. Then I would run over to the bulk store, and I would buy raw pumpkin seeds, raw cashews, raw sunflower seeds, whatever I wanted, really. Not too much. You don't need a lot, because when you start buying it, like when you start, like, I would put it all into one bag. I would obviously put them in separate bags and then throw them into one bag after I purchased it. So when you throw it all together, you realize how much there is. So you don't want too much. You don't fill up a bag. You just take a pinch. You just take a pinch of each one and you throw it together. And I make my own trail mix. You know what I'm saying? I make my own trail mix, and I would eat that. There's a lot of fat in that stuff, right? But it's also great for protein and very good for energy, right? Great for energy, recovery, all that stuff. You're getting all kinds of stuff. It's very, very good. And if you can eat it raw, eat it raw. Sometimes I would get like salted stuff, but maybe just one, just for a little taste. You know what I mean? And of course, you want a little salt. There's nothing wrong with some salt. A little sodium in your diet is very good. Get those electrolytes in there, right? And you get a little taste. And then if I really wanted a little cheat snack, I would throw in some wasabi peas. Yeah. You ain't lived until you made your own trail mix and threw some wasabi peas in there. Fire. Give it a try. I'm telling you guys. Give it a try. Yeah, man. That 1602 wasabi mix, boy. I'm telling you guys. Yeah, and then I would start my shift for the day or whatever, And I'm good to go. You see, I did that. And I would do a similar thing if, at night, if I had to work out at night, I would do something similar. You know what I mean? But I think I always I've always been a morning person. I've always been a workout in the morning type person. But I because of my circumstances, I was able to do either or with convenience. So it was good both ways for me at that point in time, But it was amazing. It was amazing. That was good times, man. It was good times. I enjoyed working there for the most part. There was ups and downs, but I met a lot of cool people. And some of those people are still my friends to this day. And I love them. I love them a lot. Right now, I think my plant. I feel best physically. When I have a few more. Let me not put that out there. Let me put it this way. I got a few more pounds to go if I want to feel optimal. My optimal weight. I got a few more pounds to go. I would probably say another, at the bare minimum, 10 to 15 pounds to go. I lost a ton. Don't get me wrong. But it was really hard because of certain habits. I was still indulging in my alcoholic beverages and stuff like that. So it's hard to lose weight when you do that. When you do that kind of stuff. When you're smoking, you're drinking. Because it's not... You crave things that are not good, right? And then there's extra calories that do nothing for you. So I'm not saying that if you want to have a drink, have a drink. If you want to smoke, you smoke. You do what you do. But again, do it consciously. Just pay attention to yourself when you're doing it, right? Just pay attention to yourself when you're doing it. You're gonna see whatever you need to see. My coffee's getting cold. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me Hold on 1 second. Give me a second. Yeah, sorry about that. I was gonna make another one warm it up, but nah, I'm cool on that. After this, I gotta run outside. Man, if there's nothing you spend your time on in a day, you definitely have to spend time cooking food, bro. Meal prepping is a great thing, which I normally cook. Well, I don't want to say I meal prep, but when I do cook, I like to cook a good amount so I have it for a few days. You know, that's how I like to cook. So I'm finally running out of food, so I'm gonna have to cook. And yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. I don't know. I think we'll see what they got on sale. I like to look for those. You know what? Okay, I'm gonna be real. No, I was about to fib. I'm not gonna do that. Well, I'm not fibbing, but because of like my daily route, the stores that I have to pass by every day when I leave my house, I started to act a little bougie, like going to grocery stores because it's there. Just go there, get it, and leave. Now, even I would go to like the more expensive grocery stores, but I wouldn't necessarily buy anything unless it was on sale. Recently, I started going to the grocery store I always used to go to growing up and stuff like that. It's a little bit out of the way. It's in the other direction of where I normally have to travel every day. But the prices are 10 times better. So I'm definitely getting back to my roots when it comes to, looking for good prices and getting things on sale, which is it's very necessary in these times. It's very, very necessary. I would like to focus on the quality of things and all that. I still try my best to do that. Don't get me wrong. There's certain things that are only buy at certain grocery stores because I don't know if it's better. Oh, every time I start talking about this, I start thinking about the cloned meat. Oh no, I'm not gonna get into that though. So I'm not saying anybody can be trusted. I don't, you know what I'm saying. But what I am saying is there are certain things that I like to buy at certain grocery stores. I don't know. I think it's just the appearance. I think it's the appearance of the grocery store, all that stuff. I think sometimes it does affect my purchasing habits, but for the most part, I don't hang on to that. If I need something, and it's on sale, I'll get it if it's on sale, wherever it's at. You know what I'm saying? And go from there. But shopping for the sales it's become very important for me because it's expensive out here, man. And you can't be playing rich. Yeah, you can't be playing rich. But at the same time, you gotta look out for yourself. You gotta make sure that you're not being fed any foolishness at the same time. But it's not easy either. So, yeah, I guess you just gotta be diligent, be patient with yourself. So I don't know what I'm gonna get. Hopefully they got some good stuff on sale. We're gonna see. Yo, you know what I tried the other day for the first time? Dragon fruit. Because it was on sale and I saw it and I was like, what is that and why does it look like that? And it reminded me of Game of Thrones. It reminded me of Khaleesi. And anything that reminds me of Khaleesi is worthy of a try. It's worthy of a taste test. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Yes, it's worthy of a taste test. So I tried it. It was very tasty. Well, you know what? The taste is a very neutral taste. It's not too sweet. It's not too sour. It's not too this. It's not too that. It's a nice taste. It sort of reminds me of kiwi. What I love about it is the texture. Cause I'm a texture eater. I love the texture. Like when I'm eating certain foods, it's all about the texture for me. Right? And I like the fact that it's a little crispy and it's refreshing. And I like the fact that you can cut it down the middle and it's just all fruit. You could just scoop it out there with a spoon or whatever. Right? It's just fruit, all fruit inside. It's not like a mango where it's a big seed in the middle. I like mangoes, but I don't like that. I don't want to deal with the seed, man. You know, I love, like, I like grapefruits too, but I hate the fibrous skin on the outside. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I usually peel that off. I only eat the actual fruit, like the colored part of the grapefruit. I don't like eating that white fibrous skin on the outside. I don't like that. I peel that off. Is that weird? Even with grapes, I'll be real with you. There's some like, I'll eat a grape with the skin on it, but there's sometimes I'll be sitting down, I'll just start peeling the skin off the grape too. Not all the time, but sometimes. That's just me. Of course, I'm sure there's some benefits to eating it, but that's neither here nor there at this point. So yeah, you know. So I really like the dragon fruit for that. It's tasty. It's tasty. It's good. But I only buy it, again, I only buy it on sale. When they're not on sale, I went to a store, like I got it for like $2. When I bought it, when I went to another store and I saw it was like $7. I was like, fam, I'm not doing that. No, it's not going down that way. No. But yeah. In any case. Oh, yo, guys. So yeah, so if this is your first time here, or whatever the case is, I'm also going to be doing streams at night as well, you know. Probably be playing some video games or just reacting to stuff, whatever the case is, you know, talking about what's going on in life, talking about what's going on, you know, in the world, whatever is clever, you know what I mean? And yeah, so check me out at night. I don't have a very set schedule yet, but I'm working on it. I am working on it. I want to do that. I want to do that because I think that's appropriate. So yeah, guys, subscribe and you know, put the notifications on so you know when I'm live, you know. And yeah, maybe I'll be talking about whatever with you guys. I'm gonna be here, I want to hang out with y'all, you know what I mean? I want to hang out with you guys. I want you guys to come hang out with me and talk to me. Tell me what's going on with you, you know? I'm gonna go, yeah, guys. All right, so yeah. So it's gonna be sunrise morning streams and moonlight night streams, guys, you know. And we're gonna do our thing. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna do this together. I'm looking forward to it. I really, really am. All right, guys. In any case, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you're feeling clicky, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and please leave me a comment and tell me that you love me. I miss my daddy. Somebody tell me that they love me. All right, guys. I love you guys. And until next time, peace.